Hey guys, this is Chad with homeschoolwebmaster.com, and let's take a look. If you go back to your home page here, you can see we have our just normal setup, but if you come over here to structure, we're going to go over today just the different parts of your website, the different structure points, blocks, contact forms, and so forth. But let's just dive in and see how far we get today. Let's go right into blocks here. Take a look at that. These are a huge part of your site. You're going to see here, starting off, that you have pre-header first. Now, where is the pre-header first? And we can click on this demonstrate block regions. Now we're going to find out where this region is. So we click on this. Kind of takes us to a place where we can look, and you can see we can exit here, but you can see the pre-header first is here, pre-header second, the header, that's where the search bar most likely is, navigation, pre-content first, pre-content second, third, we can go over here, is sidebar A, highlighted content, system help, page content. And the reason I'm going over all this is kind of boring, but they don't give you, you see them a little better when I highlight it, they don't give you this outline back over here. So you have to kind of memorize where you want to go, and I don't like that about Drupal 7. I don't know why they did that. Maybe it's because of this interface here, but in Drupal 6 it used to show you that page right here on the page, so you didn't have to guess. So you're going to have to memorize that. I think that was a bad thing on their part. But anyways, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not a programmer or anything. So this one, the search form is in the pre-header first. We could put it in any one of these areas. I'm going to leave it right there. Scroll down, you can see here that you have a pre-header second, and that's a user menu, and you've got more blocks here. Now as you get to the bottom, you can see disabled blocks. You can see active form topics, add this button, so forth. Let's see if there's one here that we can put in here. How about who's new? We'll just put that in the right sidebar. Let's see if they have sidebar A, sidebar B. Let's go with sidebar A. Save blocks. Let's go see if we can see sidebar A. Well, I don't see it on the front page, but I'll bet if we go in, take a look at our content, click on any one, who's new is right here in sidebar A. We just put in a block, and of course I'm the one that's new. So the sidebar A is over here, sidebar B is over here. And so if we wanted that over in sidebar B, by the way, you can configure the block, but that just takes you to someplace else. We'll look at that. Oh, look at that. They added this new. You can change sidebar A to sidebar B right in the settings. So once you've got that set, now make sure, notice here, if you have any other themes, which we have 7 theme and Carbon theme and Android apps theme, you can set these all in different areas in these different themes, okay? So that's a really nice feature. But I'm going to go back here. We're not done with what we were talking about. Let's go back to structure, blocks. And so again, sidebar A is where we were looking at. So let's scroll down here. And we've got the who's new. So again, we could change this to sidebar B, scroll down, and push save blocks. So this is a list of all your blocks in your site. Now, the other thing is what if you have a block and you want to configure it? Well, you could come to structure, go to blocks, and you can configure any one of these. Let's go back to our sidebar B, which we have a lot of stuff in there. And first thing I want you to know is this list. If you get to see all of these in a list, it'll be over here on the right hand side. These will be listed down in this order, but you can grab this and simply change the order that it's going to appear. Now, not all of these are going to appear. There's different reasons for these to appear. So for example, once you're logged in, the user login is not going to show. Drupal Gardens isn't going to show to most people. Recent comments will show to most people. So that will be the top one for most of your users. Now, unlogged in users might see one of these. So that's kind of explanation of the order. But look over here. You can configure these blocks. We're going to go to the what's new. We can configure it. And we've looked at that earlier. But you can put in here, you can override the title. Let's say we wanted something better. Instead of who's news block, we could say, you know, we could say new users. And maybe that would explain our content a little better. You can decide how many users you want to display here on this particular block. You can decide, of course, we talked about which of the themes you want it to go in. And then this is fun. I use this all the time. What if you have the block and you want to only show it on one particular page? You don't want to show on any other page. Well, what you could do is show only on the listed pages, and maybe you only want to show on the front page. Now, on our particular theme, that's not going to work. You could write in front. Notice down here, specify pages by using their paths. Enter one path per line. The star character is a wildcard. Example paths are blogs for the blog page and blogs /star, the wildcard, for every personal blog. Front is the front page. So what are we talking about here? Let's go over here to content. Open new tab. Okay, I've been going back and forth trying to figure this out. For whatever reason, on this particular theme, sidebar B, I can't get to show up. Don't know why. Welcome to Drupal. And so whenever we're looking at this, sidebar A is what we want to do here. So anyways, when I go to sidebar A and make it sidebar A, we can go and open up our content in another tab, and there you go. You can see it. Now, so we've got it set in sidebar A on this theme. We can go over here and configure it a little bit more. And of course, I set it in the Android, the default themes sidebar A. And if you only want, let's see if it shows up in another place. Now this is a, let's look in testimonies here. See, in testimonies it's there. What about news? I wonder if that, yeah, it's still there. So let's go back to testimonies and let's only make it for testimonies. So we'll go up here, copy that. We don't need the / and I'll double check that here. Sometimes I get confused on it. We want it could be on all pages except for testimonies. Okay, so all pages except for testimonies. We're going to save that block. We're back on the testimony page, and we refresh, and it's gone. But let's go look at news. It's still on news. It's still on all the other pages. Come back to testimony. What if we only want it on that page? So we come down to our sidebar A area. Who's new? Configure that. And we're going to set it so that it's only the listed pages. So we save block, come back over here, push refresh, and it's there, or at least it should be. And we come to news, and it's not there. So it's only on that page. Let's go back here, scroll down. Now, you can set this. Remember, it's anything past that / you have to put. So if you anything past the / you put it in there. So it might read / news, or it might say whatever, but anything past that / you need to put right there. And then if you want another line, I'm just making this up. And there you go. You have two different pages that only the listed pages are going to get. So I don't want either of those. I'm going to take this out. I want it to be on every page right now for our example. And you can set that up. You can have complete control over where those blocks show up. Let's scroll back down. We'll go back to configure. Now, content types. What if you wanted to show the block for specific content types? What if you only wanted this particular block to be on the FAQ item pages? Or if you just wanted it on the polls that you set up? Or just the testimonies? You have complete control over that. Now this is something new in Drupal 7. Very, very nice. I love that. And that's your content types. Let's see what roles. What if you only wanted to show the block for roles? For example, the administrator. This is an administrative menu, and you only want to show it for the administrator. Or you could just do all your editors or all your bloggers. You could set up a specific block just for them. Maybe in that block you want to put a menu that says, hey, create a new blog post, and you want to do it just for your bloggers. You could do that. And then finally, do you want the users, let's say you went back here and you said all bloggers, do you want the blogger users to be able to customize whether they it's visible by default or hidden by default? You could allow them to customize those. So if you want your site to be highly customizable, you could set this so that they can make it so it's hidden by default. You can give the end user the ability to adjust that. Once you get done, push save block. Now, that's a lot to cover here. Blocks are a big part of Drupal. They are a big part of Drupal. Now, I'm trying to decide if I move on to contact forms, but I don't think I am today. All right, man, blocks are big, blocks are heavy. All right, guys, hey, I'll see y'all tomorrow.